it's Lisa from Hollybobs, and this week I decided to do a video of where we store our toys. We don't have a playroom, so we generally have to store them in the sort of end of the dining room. It's not the best of storage areas, but we've tried to make the most of it, so I thought I'd give you a quick tour to show you what we've done to make the use of the space that we've got, and hopefully I'll give you some tips on how to store your own toys. So this is our dining area, and as you can see we've sort of separated a section off for all the toys. We've got the dining table at the side, so it's kind of a bit of a squeeze to get into, but we've got quite a big space in the dining room for them to actually play in once they've got all the toys out. So moving a bit closer, this is the toy box that we bought from IKEA, and this holds all the larger toys for the kids, such as their car ramps, the Noah's Ark that they've got. And I'll just move this out of the way. As you can see, when we lift the lid, my husband's actually put some hinges in so you can hold the lid up a bit easier, because before you just had to lift it off and it was a bit awkward. So looking in, you can see all the toys that have been squeezed in there. If I just give this one a pull, you can see it's a bit tight. But yeah, so we've got things like the Noah's Ark, the Batman ramp in there, so that hides all those away. And moving on, we have the Trofast unit from IKEA, and you can see I've decoupaged it, trying to make it look a little less stark. And on top I've got a couple of pieces. In this there is some musical instruments which I bought thinking, oh, they're so lovely, but actually when I got them home, yes, they're so noisy, so we hide them away. And then there's some really small Lego pieces that Jack can't really touch at the moment, so I have to keep them up here for when Holly's on her own. Going to the storage unit, so we've got two drawers at the top. They both hold the various sticker books, colouring books we seem to have amassed. Somehow we have absolutely stacks of them, so they all go in these two drawers. The next drawers down, this one is full of puzzles, so I've actually cut the top of the boxes off the puzzle boxes, as you can see there, so we have the picture still to make the puzzles, but then I've stored them all in plastic bags, which makes it a lot less bulky to hide away, so I can put them in these drawers and they can access them whenever they want to. So here's a Cinderella one. Again, you can see the box has been cut away, but the pieces are still there, so we have quite a few puzzles that we store in that box. The next one over was a bit of a craft sensory box, but there's kind of a mishmash in here now. You see the stickers in there, I think, where we've not got a lot of room there. I've got some pom-poms in a box where we've put holes in the top of the Tupperware box so they can slot them in, which Jack loves doing. Little bits of puzzles there. There's a little card game there. I think there's also some flashcards in there. So there are all sorts of those kind of pieces. When the kids want a bit of sensory playtime, I can whip that out. And next down is the Lego box. As you can see, it's absolutely ram-packed full of all sorts of different Lego that the kids play with, so whenever they want to build, I can just get this box out, they empty it out, and away they go. And next to that we've got the railway tracks. So I've got quite a lot of wooden railway tracks. Jack got a lot for his second birthday, so we store this all in here, all the bridges, the cars, the trains, everything goes in there. Just moving away from the boxes a minute, you can see where we have to keep things like prams and the doll's high chair. They just have to sit in front of the boxes. So to get to the bottom boxes, obviously you have to move everything, which is a bit of a pain. So these boxes are full of the figures and houses and little cars and things like that. There's all sorts in there, and we've got so much of that it fills two boxes. As you can see, Jack's a big Fireman Sam fan, so there's the house and the helicopter, and we've got all sorts of different things in there, like Holly's fairies. She's got loads of the Tinkerbell fairy stuff, more Fireman Sam. I think there's a Peppa Pig in there somewhere. Yep, there's Mummy Pig. So all those stuff is in those boxes, and as you can see, they're absolutely rammed. And that box got a little bit cracked, unfortunately. Need a new one. And next to that is really random bits of stuff. It's got a lot of play food in. Right, there's a bit of chicken. And it's got just random things. A hairbrush, there you go, baby. I think Doc McStuffins from the Walk and Talk Clinic is in there. Yep, there she is. So moving over to the bookcase, you can see there's some trucks on here which were actually my husband's dad's, so they're quite old. And this box was my husband's when he was young, and it had all his cars in. So there's still some of his original cars. You can see there's some that are quite a bit old and battered, but they're still great, and Jack loves playing with them. That one's a little space shuttle command centre. We've also got some more of the newer cars that Jack's been bought since. You can see a couple in there. There's one. So that box is great for storing all those different cars. And those are kept on top of our bookcase. So the kids have got quite a lot of books. Holly's got even more in her bedroom, but these are all the books that we tend to keep downstairs. They're more picture books and things that the kids can look at in their own time, and sometimes they'll bring them and want to read. These boxes hold all of Jack's cars and balls and things like that. There is a Barbie car there which isn't his, but it's absolutely jammed, so I dread to think when he gets any more for Christmas. The next area we have for storage is the cupboard under our stairs, and we have games on the top shelf, and then underneath that there's things like the Play-Doh, which they have absolutely tons of, and there's some stickers, felt tip pens which we keep away from Jack. And then in this box it's kind of a craft box, which these big Play-Doh things have to get put in the top of it, but we have all sorts of bits of crafty things in here. You can see there's an apron there which hasn't been used yet, pom-poms, stickers, some chalk there, some paint I think there, yeah, and some other bits of things, random things that we use. There we go, some googly eyes. So I store all that in there because it needs to be kept out of the way. And the final area we have for storage is the living room, just behind the sofa. This box holds more sort of Barbies and dolls and things like that, and there's a little farm next to it, and the vac sits there. And then behind the sofa is their dress-up box, which at the moment is a bit battered, but they've got all sorts of things in there to play dress-up. I would like to find a better way to store these, but for now we just keep them in this box. So that is how we store all our toys. At the moment, as you can see, it's really full, so I'm going to have a massive purge before Christmas and Holly's birthday, which is at the end of December, to try and fit all their new toys in. Goodness knows where they're all going to go. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've found some new ideas for storage maybe. If you've got any questions, obviously leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon!